It's Saturday morning. It's time to talk technology. That means our tech expert, Luis Alvarez, joining us today live from Tahoe. How's it going out there?
It is chilly today in Tahoe, but beautiful and sunny. We're up here with Ronnie's family celebrating her birthday today. Mm-hmm. She's going to get her favorite thing, which is a carrot cake. She loves carrot cake.
That's right.
And her brother's going to be grilling up some meats, and we're just going to do a big walk around the lake a little bit later.
No skinny dipping in the lake?
No. It is a little chilly for that, my friend.
Alrighty.
But it's lovely up here, and it's kind of like a shoulder season, right? So the winter people have left, the summer people haven't shown up, so it's nice, and the streets are not busy. And we went out to dinner last night and didn't have any problems at the restaurant. It wasn't like full of people that are here from out of town. So it's kind of, I think the locals like it this time of year.
Well, that sounds great. Let's dive into our topics for this weekend. First off, we're going to be all about Google, and we'll start out with a preview of a big event next week, I/O 2026. What do we expect to learn from Google's 2026 Gemini and Gemini Mashable? What's all that about?
Yeah, so I/O 2026 is Google's big reveal conference, right? This is where they talk about what they've been working on, what new products they plan to release, what new software revisions they plan to release. And next Monday promises to be, or rather Tuesday promises to be a big reveal, if you will. They're working, obviously, Gemini, which is their AI engine similar to ChatGPT, is being revamped and improved. And in fact, it's going to be built into pretty much everything that they make, including some new AR, artificial reality smart glasses that they call XR smart glasses that they plan to produce this year. And they have a new version of the Chromebook for people who have used Chromebooks before. Those are the inexpensive laptops. Typically, students get them in schools because they're pretty, they're several $100s as opposed to several thousand. They use the Chrome OS, and it's all about Google. There's not, you can't run typical apps on there because they're not powered by Chrome. They have a new Chromebook coming out that they call the Google Book, and it's built around their AI, around Gemini. And so the operating system, all of the applications, everything that you do on that device will be AI powered, and they'll be introducing that at this event. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what that looks like. It's going, unlike the Chromebook, the Google Book is going to be powered by Android, which is the same operating system that most smartphones use, including my beloved Samsung. So it's going to make it easier for you to switch between devices because the applications will be native to both. So kind of interested to see how that looks.
Okay, so the Android XR glasses, now the XR doesn't stand for X-ray, does it?
No, that'd be kind of cool.
So these aren't similar to those glasses that they used to sell us on the back pages of Boy's Life.
I bought one of those and there was no X-raying to them. I looked at, Billie Jean across the classroom and I did not see anything I couldn't see without the glasses, let me tell you.
All right. 50 cents down the drain.
Exactly. But yeah, these are supposed to be competing with Meta's smart glasses so that you can do things like it'll have a camera, speakers, microphones, so that you can look at something and take a picture of it, or look at something and say, hey, Gemini, tell me what I'm looking at, or what kind of bird is that, or what kind of flower is that. But you'll also be able to record and use them interactively while you're moving around. So they will pair with your smartphone so that it can power the glasses. And we'll see what new innovations they have for those glasses this year.
That sounds great. Hey, also, Google and SpaceX are in talks to launch some orbital data centers as part of Google's Project Suncatcher. Now, data centers, as we know, boy, are they energy hogs.
Exactly.
There must be some new technology that they're talking about using that would power these outer space data centers. And why would you be putting them out in space instead of on land? What's the point?
So the biggest thing, as you pointed out, was power. The idea that you can build these massive solar power arrays to power data centers in space where they would get, basically the sun's 7x24, and they wouldn't depend on the power grid on land is appealing to companies like Google, Meta, even Oracle's talked about the idea of data centers in orbit. And also up in space, you're less regulated, so you don't have, the environmental concerns that a lot of people have around the use of water for data centers. It's easier to create ways to cool data centers in space, if that makes any sense. Mm-hmm. And of course, SpaceX is very interested in being a participant in this because that means that they'll be launching all these things into space. But Blue Origin, which is Jeff Bezos' competitor to SpaceX, is also in talks with all of these companies. And Google has said basically they're not looking to partner exclusively with anybody. anybody. They just want to be able to deploy this technology, at least in pilot mode, within the next few years and see how these data centers in orbit can function, and can they, reliably be used? Can they, is there any sort of latency that causes it to be slower than, let's say, data centers that are connected via fiber optic? So a lot of questions that still need to be answered, but the idea of putting data centers in space is now a reality, something that's been talked about for a few years and now is accelerating.
Oh, wow. A race into space that we learned about today. And when do they expect to launch these to get them up and working?
They want to actually start piloting them as soon as next year.
Wow.
So they're developing special chips because, the type of chips that need to operate in space are going to be different than the ones that operate on land because of radiation and some other things. So there's a lot of stuff that still needs to be figured out, but a lot of smart people are going to be working on it.
That's Luis Alvarez, CEO of the Alvarez Technology Group, joining us today on Power Talk Radio, online, alvareztg.com. At AlvarezTG is the X handle, and Luis, the toll-free number for the I-Team.
Give us a call at 866-78-I-TEAM. That's 866-784-8326.
And looking ahead to Monday, sounds like Axios is involved in a lawsuit, and we're going to learn about that.
Yeah, if you use your chatbot to have interactive conversations, you may want to listen in to see why it may not be a good idea.
All right, that's Monday morning starting at 8:30 right here on Power Talk Radio. Luis, thank you so much. Hope you and Ronnie enjoy the weekend up there in Lake Tahoe. Wish her a happy birthday for me.
Will do. Take care, my friend.